Louis, my ET Gray, really good friend. He comes and he's my bestie. He comes and
Yeah,
gets
I've
me.
heard you talk about him.
Yeah,
Yes.
typical Gray, quite lengthy, and he's wearing okay. Normally he's wearing a sweater today and trousers, so he's decently dressed as I want. So he's a hoot. Um, as my friends who've seen him as well, typical Gray, and then he has this little smile, happy smile. And then we have hello. Okay, great. Here came my tall white friend. One moment. Okay, interesting. So the tall white, Paula's tall white was here yesterday, and my tall white. They're having a conversation. They're talking amongst each other. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm sending out like not my guy, but the other one is also welcome, of course. Why are you here, Paula? Paula's tall. So her tall white, he just came in because he loves showing up in these sessions. So he was like, just following
Hanging
his
out.
tall white friend. So yeah, so I was just hanging. Well, you're welcome to stay. That's cool, but you're also welcome to give your input. Great. Okay, so that's why because he finds it exciting. It's not that he has a particular message for me or anything. Like it's just you have fun. And my tall white friend, hello, the guy who was flying apart. I saw over Arizona.
Yeah,
Did you see
yeah.
that? Yeah, that's the guy. What is your name? Oh, how do I pronounce it? Um, I'm seeing like different letters, but I'm not. It's just a vibe. Cool. Okay, one, two, three aliens. Who else we got here? Well, I'm at a hugging saint. We connect very well. She's sort of here. I asked her, "Aren't you coming?" But she's sort of here. Yeah. Okay. Now she came and said, "Yes, yes." She just walked behind me. Yes, yes, I'm here. Okay. They can
Who
tell.
is she? Who is that?
So I'm at a hugging saint. She is this lovely little Indian lady, like
Oh, okay.
guru, and she gives darshan by hugging people. And she
Mm.
holds people, and so I've had the pleasure of going to her ashram in India. It's beautiful, right? So she delivers grace in that way, and she's done. Obviously, runs over 100 humanitarian organizations. But so this lovely, a part of her astral self is with us today, and I align a lot with her. I feel like when I grow up, I want to be like her. So
She's a mentor. She's a mentor for you.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what she is. We got three aliens and a goddess.
It's beautiful.
The tall whites, they're just like they're really excited, and yeah, Eloy, he's just having fun, and Amma, she's just so compassionate and so sweet.
The intention for this session, I think, was to lift, the amnesia, like to help my sight. I spoke to Rohan this morning or communicated, uh, and I said, oh, that I was going to have a session with you. And I said, is there any questions you suggest I ask? And he said, ask about Linda and I's connection with the Tall White hybridization program. So if you'd like to ask our Tall White friends what you and I's connection is, that would be my first question. I'm curious. I don't know. That came through, whether it's true or something, I don't know.
I will start with sending you this energy. Feel this energy. That's the tall white.
I've been connecting with them the last minute or two.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Feel it
yes, I
like
feel it. I feel
yeah.
it.
So Rohan suggested you should ask what our connection is in related to the tall whites. We're on the same mission. hybridization program. It's funny, I see you standing like shoulder to shoulder on the spaceship.
You and I?
Yeah. We're on the same team. So
Yes, I wondered. I
yeah,
thought
so
so.
like we're teammates who have found each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're going to greet or be a part of the actual contact when they land, kind of thing. And I was like, okay, makes sense.
Yeah. And what else? Can you repeat what we have in common? Was that our related to the Tall White? Was that the question?
Oh, me? Yes, how we were connected
How we
with
are
the
connected?
hybridization program.
I just saw you. We're on the spaceship, and I just saw there's some of the children there, like in these incubators, these liquid incubators.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, you've seen it, right? And then like you're sort of walking around. It's almost like you're holding a clipboard,
Oh.
something like that. And I'm trying to figure out, that's you. Do I have any relation to that? Okay, I see myself walking down the hallway in human form. It is very Star Trek. Like it's so cool. Um, we caretake the babies. It's like both gestation, nursery, and kindergarten. The little ones. And there's very much like overview, and I have that, you know, the feeling of we are administrative, like nurses, but there's a sort of a authority,
Yes.
a responsibility
Yeah, yeah.
that goes with this role, with this job. I would say so. We are some not scientists, but we are. There is science into it, and we honestly take the temperature with I'm saying, measuring. A very human way of putting it. Way of measuring, you know, the stats, and we are on the spaceship together with the little ones. Um, I just heard it in my head, like, so why? Sort of asking me, so why are you so like? How do I explain that question? Like they would say, so why are you so keen? Why is all this like meeting them? It's like you're already with them. Like, what are you talking about? It's kind of odd. You're already you're already together in space. Like this is so cool. So right now it feels this is the dreamscape, and on the spaceship that's the real life. And we sit here, we are two. It's like it's our dream self sitting here
Yes,
dreaming that we're not
yes,
together with them.
yes, yes, totally. It's so easy to forget that. Yes.
And so I just ask her, so why on earth, why are we like literally on earth? Like, why on earth are we doing this? If we're already with, like, why the hell project part of our consciousness into here? We're already like, it just seems like a lot of hassle, like, for what? And my tall white says, remember more who you are. Remember more of who I am. Ah, interesting. So it comes down, the reason we do it this way, it's so we can remember more. Because we get born with this amnesia, it forces us to remember more, like to search for what we are. And that so obviously brings expansion to the human consciousness, but it also brings expansion to the ET consciousness that we originally had. So it's like, it's, so we have this job with the little ones, and instead of also embarking on this self-exploration trip, we project part of our consciousness down to earth to do that part for us. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I get a tall white for Shama? Okay. You know when you walk through like a person, you say, hello. Okay, interesting. So this is your guy. He okay, so they're all sort of tall and sort of rectangular-ish. But your guy here, he almost like his eyes are a little rounder. His face is a little different, but in the way that's similar to, human faces are different. If you have three guys, the faces are sort of a little different from each other.
Yeah.
So that's definitely that person. Okay, so what is your connection to Shama? Building the bridge, closing the gap, um, of human evolution, soul, family, soul star family. Oh, he's really sweet. He's a bit more gentle in his energy. The other ones are a bit more huge, a bit more like, and he's a bit more sort of sweet. But they're sweet as well, but they're sort of a bit more like.
Yeah, they're like, I'm sweet. So is he my counterpart? I assume he's my
I have a
counterpart.
feeling that yeah, it's a very
Yeah,
strong
yeah,
feeling. Yeah, and he
yeah,
sort of mentioned that as well. I wasn't sure if it was
yeah.
that way, but the things he described, that is him.
Can you can you
Yeah.
ask him, because we met the once on Skinwalker Ranch, that is that enough of a meeting for Rohan to share more about my deep involvement in the hybridization program?
Well, you met him once at Skinwalker Ranch,
Mm-hmm.
and if
Yeah.
that is enough,
Do we need to meet more before Rohan will share more about my involvement?
he says it can go both ways. Do you want to meet him more?
Yes. I'm not clear if I'm to meet him in, person or in the astral.
So I'm sensing that it would be good for you to just know a bit more about him
Mm.
prior to that, and he can provide that from astral. Like it can be via himself, but in astral. Yeah, so to
Okay.
get you a bit more accustomed to his energy.
Okay.
But he
So,
also understands if you want to go via Rohan, it's sort of more maybe a bit more easy to sort of it's not so
yeah,
overwhelming.
yeah,
He is here. Okay, connect consciously. So your strongest psychic sense is clear feeling, right? The clairsentience, like you feel
yeah.
very,
So
very
it's,
clearly. Okay, clairsentient. That's your strongest psychic feature right now. It will be more. Your other psychic sentient will also sprout. So but right now that is the strongest. But you say you're not so visual, but you do receive images through your feelings, right? They do translate into images.
yes, I didn't see him. He was very blurry,
Hmm.
but yes, I can get, I'm getting a sense of what Rosabelle looks like and Rohan, but it's, yeah,
Hmm.
it's tough to,
Hmm.
just flashes, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Can you help her open up? Sorry, my subconscious cracked a joke. Sorry, I said dissolve my subconscious and release the kraken. So this is the type of human they're dealing with, right? Slapstick human. Um, you can help dissolve amnesia. So let's go into that. That seems like a good time now to go into dissolving amnesia. So he's gonna assist. Well, they're all gonna assist. We got 3 tall whites. Yours, mine, Paula's, Elui, and we got Amma here. So 4 aliens plus a goddess. I see you in your symbolically in your consciousness. There's something like running away from. You don't need to just respond to the things I'm saying now. It's just like I'm just saying what I'm seeing. There's sort of a running away subconsciously because it's about that closing the gap. You see this part of your aspect. Why is it running? Here we go. It's a part of your human aspect who is a little bit scared of all of this, and it's okay. It's a part of your human aspect who had multiple incarnations, and it's sort of very humanish, scared, uh, scared of what is sort of overwhelming, um, yeah, who's basically scared of it, and that's okay, and that's normal to have like an aspect of one's consciousness that is like that. So that's the part of you I am connecting with. Um, she is showing me she's running. What would make you feel safe? Knowing that I would be all right if it's all of this turns out to be true. Knowing that you will be safe and you will be all right. Everything will be okay if it turns out it's true. Seeing the future that it is all right. It's true. That's the future you're heading to. You stop running. Okay, okay. All of this is safe. She's just really, really scared. They love you. Yes, the ETs love you. I'm going into multiple timelines. There's a past life here, healing where you were also the person you were in that life were afraid of these things they might be true. rooted anxiety is transforming. Take a long deep breath. Your tall white counterpart. I just told him to go and stand next to you. Just take your time.
No, it feels good. I think I feel lighter.
Your tall white counterpart. I told him that you would better be able to have him close in your nervous system, close to your nervous system. And he actually went over, stood next to you when the tears came. Oh, yeah,
That's
so
beautiful.
he's standing next to your shoulder, the shoulder that's towards the wall, not the cat's tower, but the wall.
Side.
Yeah, he's standing there.
Thank you.
I actually see him like touching you. As you sense being touched.
I think so. I want to say like here.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm. I was sending messages like downloading memories to you, like expand your memory. Yeah, so you will be more. It'll be easier for you now to awaken to more of your memory.
I love it. And it makes sense that it was a past life because I didn't feel any fear here in this life. Just have not had any fear at all. So that makes total sense to, yeah.
And I think, did I pick up two lives? See, I already have forgotten just this life because I saw the, as I said, portion of your consciousness, and then I think I saw two past lives. Yeah, and it just made a lot of sense. So yeah, there could be a little bit more. Let me see. We've had so many lives, right? So there will always be many, many, many. But so I'm picking up the ones that are so closest to the thing we're working on. Because I have an energy here. It's related to. Mm. Mm. Okay. I have a lot to say about it. Do you want to share something first?
No, I'm good.
So there was an energy of like an angry energy towards you, but it had your own face. So I was looking into
Oh,
maybe some, you know, oppositional forces inside we can have inside ourselves. And there's something about it was both saying, "Don't you dare remember," and it's also saying, "Why are you not remembering?" So, oh, okay. So what are we dealing with? What are we dealing with here? And I sensed this or came from sort of future you. Um, I think it wasn't this. But then I just started healing it, and it transformed into. I told it would be more safe to. said when she remembers, it would just expand and make her feel more safe, expand her consciousness. And I told this aspect, you will expand your consciousness, you will feel more safe. And this part of you is like, okay. And then it transformed, and suddenly it changed from your face to this, I would say, a 14, I don't know how old she is. In human years, she would look maybe 14, with the blonde hair, white skin. So I was thinking, is this your hybrid daughter, or is it a version of you? I got a sense it was your hybrid daughter. So there was like different, that was like, she was not, when I say it shifted, it's not that this consciousness was her, but it was sort of in between you and her. And it was, so, okay, I'm fixating on what I'm hearing. It was a self-imposed limitation, like scolding yourself, not remembering enough, and also scolding yourself for to remember the way people can have an argument inside their own head, right? So it was an aspect of your consciousness, and I just asked, "Are you on board now with this? Like remembering, it's on board now. It is your own inner critic, or your own inner
Yeah.
the one that opposed, the one that pulls the brake."
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
And as soon as it got on board with your wish and your endeavor, it sort of dissolved, and then your hybrid daughter showed up, yeah, on the
Nice.
spaceship, and I saw you on the spaceship as well.
Wow. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Wow. I'm excited to see the change for me. That's wonderful.
I see it as more coherent moving forward
Mm.
in remembering. And these memories will show up something like it. I see it as images, but I get that you will also see it as images. It's like pictures, and you go, "What the heck?" But it's actually memories. But in the beginning, the pictures might seem a little like you can't really locate where they come from, but it's your own memories.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. All right. Do you have more questions for this topic?
I don't think so. No, just if there's any limiting beliefs that you can connect with that can help me release them. I don't know if that's something that
Limiting beliefs. Any limiting beliefs that could be released, so to like release amnesia. Guys, what are we? um, um, Interesting. It is that process of getting used to not to identify so much as a human.
Yeah.
And I see you. You're quite tall, aren't you? You're pretty lengthy self.
I've shrunk.
But a lengthy gal, and I see you in like in your full glamour, your full height, and like in front, like if you look in like a full body mirror, and you're sort of looking at yourself. Like it's really odd. Like you can't. What is this? And at the same time, like it just feels maybe a little bit schizophrenic for you. Like, oh, so integrate that, and it's okay not to feel human.
Mm.
And it's okay to feel that you're stuck in the wrong body.
Yeah. I think I resonate with that. Yeah. It's more the wrong persona.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's like you're wearing a costume.
Yes. Yeah. And not identifying with her. Yeah. And I am doing integrating the idea of being a soul. So I have these counterparts, but I am them as well. So I'm been tuning into that vibration, that frequency of my soul, so that I can be that future Shama. Yeah.
Yeah. And see the costume, when you look in the mirror. You created that costume before you got born.
Yes.
You chose that costume,
Yeah.
and that costume
Yeah.
has served you absolutely.
Yeah.
Whatever you
Yeah.
had to experience, and it's okay to make adjustments to the costume. It's also okay to just let the costume be as it is, but to be okay with it feels like a costume. So I see that the energy is more about finding peace with that oddness. That you're not what you see in the mirror.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Makes sense.
And enjoy that you have many costumes in many
Yeah.
incarnations.
I'm learning. I've got quite a few.
You got a whole closet full of costumes.
I do. I do. Yeah, that's crazy.
That
So
is
much fun.
It's so much fun, right?
It's so much fun. I love it. Yeah. It's just we're on such a wild ride. I think you've done very, very well. So I think that's great. I mean, the only thing I would have before our tall white friends depart is my counterpart going to stay closer to me now?
Do you want that?
I would like that.
He would like that.
Oh, good. Excellent.
So it's nice that there is like the confirmation goes both ways.
Yes.
So I feel like it's not to push him, it's or push you. It's just I enjoy having my ETs coming around my home, and I'm just sort of
Yeah.
suggesting it like, that's a really fun way to get used to it. But obviously, if you're comfortable with it, so are you comfortable with that? That he's like in your living room, like he's hanging around.
Listen, I need to be comfortable.
So you feel them, you feel the presence very clearly when it's there, right? Like you can sense they're there. Yeah.
I haven't yet, but
Oh,
I
you
assume you're
haven't.
talking about no.
Oh.
No, they haven't come yet, as far as I know.
Have you ever
Yeah.
been visited by a ghost? Have you ever had the sense of a ghost nearby?
Yes, many, many, many years ago. Yeah.
It's a little bit like that.
Hmm.
Like you have a ghost in the room where you like they're there. And then they have this what when you sort of get used to like sensing the difference between a, like a human and an ET vibrate like a ghost human and ghost. They're basically ghosts when they show up astrally, right? So we have four ET ghosts and one human ghost, and they're all alive. None of them are dead, right? So there's a she's a goddess. She has her own sort of vibrational signature, but there is you get used to like detecting the difference and also the different race and just the personality traits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so when you suddenly have that feeling like somebody's in the room, somebody's looking at you. So yeah, so it kind of has this sort of ghostly feeling. They can come through the wall in full technicolor. That has happened. Eloy, he's done that. First time he scared the living daylight out of me. And then he lied down next to me and hugged me. Long story.
Oh.
It was so sweet. When Would you like to see them more? Should we do a bit of a assistance to opening your
Yeah,
sight?
yeah.
So that means you will both be able to get um, more accustomed to see them in your mind's eye and with your open eyes.
This was actually the whole reason I wanted the session was to open my sight.
Well, let's get to it. All right.
I can't believe we would have missed that. Okay.
So first I'm going to look at blockages and then I'm going to look at openings. All right. Let's see. Okay. It has been closed because so you could focus on your human life up until now. So you are not so distracted by it. I mean, you have your clairsentience. I see she's now ready to. She's ready to perceive through her mind. And welcome to short visual. Tall White come. Right. Open everyone's spirit. Open. Reset. I'm working on your pineal gland. Divine light beam going into your head. On the top, down, down. Goes down to your feet to ground you. Beings looks like hologram. It's holographic. So you can be prepared. It looks sort of holographic as they show up.
Oh, the beings that I'll see, you mean?
Yeah. Like so why they look holographic. So that's what you can expect. Sometimes they're quite dense holographic, and sometimes they're very sort of airy holographic, but it sort of has this sort of
Okay, okay, okay.
yeah,
Thank
and
you.
you're so welcome. Yeah, and in your
I'm
mind's
so grateful.
let me just tune into our space self. But okay. I'm seeing space. I don't know. New word, space Linda, and space Shama, or space self, Earth self, space self.
Yep.
So because I see it as we look in our human form, that's how I'm seeing it, and I know that. Yeah, long story. So space self. What does space self think about what we're doing? What our Earth cells are doing? She says,
What?
but she says both. You can finally relax, and she also says it's time to get to work. That's Linda's space self saying that. What does Shama's space self say about the session we're having now and the work Earth Shama is doing and the group, the whole meeting thing, and Earth Linda? What do you think, Space Shama? This is get on board. As a get aboard, he goes all aboard. So would that mean would Space Shama and Earth Shama meet each other? It's contemplating. He says, well, it depends. But is Space Shama and Earth Shama the same person? Space Shama go, yeah, I would reckon that. Would Earth Linda and Space Linda, could they meet each other? Like shake hands? Oh, I just turned around I have my back to myself now, just walking away. Somebody's not answering. Oh la la.
I guess it's supposed to be a surprise, perhaps.
Like Easter egg surprise. Okay, I got a facial expression from then out. They're both like, okay, so that would be really trippy, wouldn't it?
Very.
Like, because the whole thing, like meeting ET counterpart, that makes sense. My future timeline has that makes sense, right? Because it's different incarnations. What would happen if our space cells met our Earth cells? Ooh, I saw you, Earth Shama and Space Shama. If we were to spaceship landing, Space Shama walking out. Let's say you hug, it's like there's a bright light, like you melt together.
Yes, okay. That makes sense.
Because you are the same soul.
Yeah. And you become one. It's integrating, right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what it is. It's like psychological integrate, but
Yeah. Yeah. And why is your Linda, Space Linda, turning her back? Is it about surprise or is it?
What would happen? We would both go up in flares. What do you mean by that? Okay, something like the same thing, like one consciousness.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, would our bodies melt together? She said, not like that. It would just be like extremely intense. Like, how close can we physically get to each other? About 10 meters, okay.
Without
Yeah,
exploding.
Exploding. Good to know.
Maybe like stay back. That's back up.
I got water. I'm gonna, or maybe on myself so I don't burst into flames. So there's a very consciousness connection between our space self and our Earth self. And in Shama, you can always, Space Linda is also, Earth Linda is also saying this to Space Linda, but Shama and Space Shama, you can always communicate with each other. And when you see yourself on the spaceship, you can go there in non-local consciousness as Earth Shama. Also physical, but there is a part of you that's already there, a Space Shama.
Wow. Because Space Shama and Space Linda are always there on board the ship. Yeah. James explained that a bit to me. I'd never heard that before. I just thought we'd go, astrally, that's when we were doing the work, but there's actually another version of us that's there all the time.
Yeah, I've seen that, both seeing from non-local consciousness, just sort of hanging in consciousness. I've seen her, Space Linda, but I've also, through her eyes, walking around.